Explicit Warning. The following contains disturbing descriptions of violent fictional crimes. Listener discretion is advised. Any and all relations to real-life crimes or past crimes is purely coincidental. This is a work of fiction and should be taken as entertainment, nothing more or less. According to the legends, Lord Blackrose rose over 1,000 years ago in the year 900. The colonial age was hitting its peak. Lord Blackrose and his Black Legion waged war for over 400 years, and finally, after most of the planet was an inhospitable hellhole, he claimed victory. Quickly, somehow fixing all the damage and devastation he had inflicted and establishing city-states that were completely self-sufficient and gave each city massive amounts of land. After the city-states exploded, becoming the size of several states in a matter of decades, Blackrose then built the walls. The walls are massive, ever-extending barriers that protect each city-state, forcing them to build upwards to ensure peace with the elves and the primals, who allow safe passage from all those traders and those who are permitted. Building upwards leads to interplanetary and low atmospheric development. As soon as humans started building into space, they quickly colonized the moon and Mars before another rebellion broke out and Blackrose snapped and restricted humans to Earth. Blackrose, now thoroughly disgusted with humans and gods alike, gave Indek, a long-forgotten enemy of the gods, the moon, helping them terraform and turn the moon into New Eden, a paradise, and one so utterly protected they are the ambassadors of every other species in the galaxy, keeping the inhabitants of Earth under complete control with the use of Blackrose's Inquisition and Black Knights, who keep order in their king's name, refusing to allow the residents of Earth to leave the solar system without first undergoing and becoming one with the system they are trying to escape. Human colonies and alien interactions are restricted to sol systems and trading routes, respectively. Lord Blackrose came back to Earth in the 1700s and once again reminded everyone of his control, but this time he was heartless and ruthless, and with a complete disregard for human life, and showed preference for mythics and other species. Humans became regarded as the minority and are strictly watched and regulated. After yet another war and another 100 years, we arrive in the late 20th century. Blackrose has complete control of Earth, even though there are those who do indeed resist, however unlikely the name attached may be. Our story takes place in 1979 AD, a year of techno-colored neon signs and dark dealings below 40,000 feet, along alleys of hushed voices, down below the light of day, where everything, including the air, is artificial. This is home to a police district renowned for its violence and desperate needs to keep the peace. We arrive at 2nd Street Law Enforcement Detachment, under the neon utopia above, located on the corner of 2nd Street and Royal Street, addressed 1138 2nd Street, city-state of Under Orleans. Officers run to and from as they dealt with the issues. The main entrance is almost 400 feet in width and height to deal with all the city-state's issues. Massively over budget and constantly under watch from the Knights and Inquisition, we find Lieutenant Jayla Lafette and her squad of 5, XO Bartholomew Bart O'Sullivan, her tactics expert, a demon from hell if the stories were to believe, Patrick, Jayla's lover, an elf with a knack for hacking and being able to read a room to the letter, Michael, her explosives and hostage man, Celeste Brovic, and her lover, Nasir, are 2 cute little fairies who were madly in love with each other and solving as many crimes as they could fit into the case file, usually a lot, much to the dismay of Jayla. The day started off all as any other until a tip came in about the terrorist, the Frenchman, who was seen heading towards the hotel district. White King was seen leaving with him. The Frenchman, the name for a man who wore skin-tight spandex terrorist. What made him terrifying is his Joker mask decorated to mock the High Inquisitor Thane, or the fact he has a nasty tendency of mentally overwhelming his targets and making them hurt their loved ones for kicks. The other man, only known as White King, hadn't been seen in almost a decade. His body was covered head to toe in skin-tight white wrapping. His face adored a mask as well, the sickening black face with white jester eyes, mouth, hair, and crown. Lafette looked at her wrist, an emblem of a black rose embedded in her skin. After a mad fury chase and intervention on the knights, the terrorist and his accomplice were cornered, refusing to back down and outright killing 3 knights. Lafette slapped her arm and called to Inquisitor Thane. The air suddenly grew dark and heavy, and neon pink lightning struck the ground around the hotel in a fevered frenzy, trapping it in a darkened prison. No one follows, Thane orders from behind Lafette, who jumps in sudden shock and horror. Lafette turns. Inquisitor River Thane stood 5 foot even, her black hair ending in blood-soaked tips. As if on cue, the air shifted and droplets fell gently from the tips of her hair. Her skin was bleached white, with black veins exploding from her eyes, mouth, and ears. Lafette shivered and realized that 90-pound monster was going to do exactly what was needed. Lafette nodded, finally being broken from her fear. "I will return," Thane spoke, before moving so fast it had Lafette turned, knowing the screams she was hearing were delayed. Then, the unthinkable happened. A hollow message. The Frenchman danced back and forth next to a dead River Thane, as the White King turned to the camera, not uttering a word as the screen shifted to words. "Can the true king come and play?" Bart immediately ordered a full siege back, but that ended everything. After the first 2 floors were brought in, the team got to work blockading the doors and setting up explosive shielding. Lafette turned and walked out for a smoke, as she looked at the darkened sky before the shock wave launched her forward, smashing her into a nearby building. It took the search crews 8 hours and the intervention of Atlanteans to fully extinguish the flames from what was being called a neutron bomb. Even longer to find out that only 2 had survived. Bart was rushed to hell and only survived due to resistance to background corruption, and Lafette didn't take any major damage while smoking. The magical explosion, which, up to this point, was theoretical, caused the city-state to get more officers. They got 113,000 applicants, but only 3 fit the bill for Lafette and Bart. 3 people would be all that would be needed to take down whoever or whatever had done this. Lafette's back arched at the thought of the 2 burnt masks over the naked, violated body of River Thane. Whoever they may be, she eyed out the window as the truck of new recruits pulled up. She spies her 3 almost immediately. Jayla's eyes flash around the 48th floor. Her floor. Memories danced before her eyes as she looked at the CSI holdings, where the fairies seemed to look back at her, the girly smiles beaming back. Her eyes continue along the 15,000 square privacy glass floor. Continuous from the CSI, as the next room over was the gym, where Bart was currently. His movements are precise and trained. Jayla smiled at the ghost of her lover as her spectator walks over and reaches for her wrist. Lafette leans back, waiting for his touch once more, but instead, the dancing blade in her desk started to hum with energy. Jayla remembered her inquisitorial duty but was she ready to fill someone else's shoes? She looks back at the recruits as Bart, soaked in sweat, walks in. "Go to Vivek and Bart," the lieutenant said, continuing to watch her recruits as they proceeded. "You sure? She's worried about you," Bart tried to start. "Most writers," Jayla exploded forward, her dancing blade at Bart's neck. He eyed the weapon closely before sheer horror erupts across his face. "It was my lover," she growled, her eyes glowing and a black energy starting to emit from her mouth. "I know." He stared back as she dropped him. His point was made. "Go home," Jayla repeated once more, turning and moving back to the window. Jayla took one more look at the recruits. They better be worth the price of admission. This is their story and their struggle in the cycle 872, dubbed Psykos and Killers. And now we proceed with episode 1. Thank you.
Well, you should watch out. I hear the gangs, and he kind of looks at you, hinting at insider knowledge, are particularly active about hiring, so watch your back.
Yeah.
Okay, that's where we're going to end you.
Yep.
On to...
Stagger. Who is playing? I'm playing Frank Roberts.
Frank, you are actually already stationed.
Noises.
Hey,
Hold on.
mute motherfucker.
Yeah, dude.
Well, the first, they weren't actually messages, so I do apologize. They're just notifications. There we go. It's off.
Regardless.
Yes.
Okay. You are stationed in Chicago, the city-state of Chicago right now.
Yes.
Normal day, you walk in, you got a jelly donut.
Okay.
You felt like being funny today. Got a load of cases, and as you walk by, I want you to roll for perception.
Hiya. It is a 10.
Oh, you see it. I actually know your stats.
Yeah.
You walk by, and you're like, you stop, back a step up, and you see inquisitorial lightning around the location. So you got jelly donut, and
Yeah, like mid-fight, and I'm just looking out the window. There's just some serious shit going down.
and then blue explosive flame engulfs it. Flame of which you can't identify.
Yeah.
The news telecaster kind of looks prompted. See, where his was like they were just showing what was going on.
Yeah.
Like you could see the teleprompter, like the actual newscaster who's looking at the teleprompt like, how do I respond to this?
Yeah.
What am I supposed to say? Like you can see the shock.
Yeah. Like if Anchorman isn't usually prepped to like, oh yeah, end of the world scenario.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
I mean, you're used to New Orleans being a war zone, but
Yeah,
that's something that shouldn't exist. It's a nuclear or a neutronic bomb.
Yeah.
Is what the hostman apparently is saying. You're only getting bits and pieces from shock.
Yeah.
One of your partners of your squad comes by and he goes, "Oh, Sarge, and he goes off to grab your Sarge.
Yeah.
Your sergeant comes up and he goes, "Holy shit.
Yeah.
Do you want any piece of that?"
Yeah, I'd like to investigate.
I will. My office in the morning will do the paperwork.
Alright.
Finish your cases. I want them on my desk.
Fine.
Is he still eating the jelly?
Yeah. It's kind of bigger fish right now, but alright.
Okay. You are in the city-state of New England.
Yep.
Very posh school. Very nice school as well. Known for not only its CSI work, but its art, so you kind of chose it on double standards.
Yep.
Please introduce yourself.
My name is Egil Ross, although I just go by Egil.
Alright, Egil. Unlike these two who have to work with individuals, you actually chose this school because it promotes think tank behavior, meaning individual genetic. So, when you get up and you're doing your morning sketches,
Yep.
the news is just playing softly kind of in the background before you hear city-state alert, city-state alert, city-state alert.
I'm going to check the alert.
You tap your pad as you brings up, and it starts giving you all the data. Bomb type unknown, explosive residue unknown. Like you're seeing the data as it's being transferred over. The scenes are being read to you really slowly, so you're seeing frame by frame by frame by frame by frame by frame by frame, like as the explosion is going on.
Alright.
So you're seeing the scene. Would you like to investigate? Question mark.
That bomb is obviously magic. Where's the location?
New Orleans? Question mark.
City of... Quite a unique city of culture, very different from New England. And I look, and I reach into my desk and grab the top drawer and open it up. And I say, why anyone would want to kill a mass amount of innocents in such a beautiful city is beyond me. And then I pull out the gun I usually use, which is a .500 SW Magnum revolver.
Do you accept? Question mark.
And I load the gun with a single bullet, load it in, spin the barrel, and I go, although I shouldn't be the one asking, after all, sometimes killing is a mercy, and I click accept.
Okay. You all have to go through the Dallas International. So you guys just all come up. Alright, since we're back and I think we fixed our problem.
Yeah.
According to this, and my hosticiation, we are on track.
Good.
Now let's drop the fun and get back to the somber.
No.
Okay.
Alright, so I had 3 hours till my next takeoff.
You have one part of the day before one of these two enters.
Alright, what equipment do I have on me?
Just your duffel bag and everything, like personal effects, which wouldn't be much for you, but you know how this works, so I'm giving it to you.
So weapons on hand.
Oh no, you'll be granted weapons when you get there.
Okay.
Yeah, you think you're going to be able to transfer over any amount of forested area with weapons on board in a military personnel? No.
Alright. In that case, go grab a quick bite.
Alright, roll. What is your perception? Effective perception, please.
Effective is 18.
Okay, go ahead and roll. We got a 3. You do not see and missed your opportunity. Sorry. Alright.
Me.
You walk in and you see how tall are you? Describe yourself for real quick.
Okay.
Third person description, please.
So, he's in his elven form, so he's 5'11", about 185 pounds. He's got a dark spice brown hair, so kind of a black hair with a reddish brown hue to it.
Copper tint to it.
Yeah. And then ocean blue eyes.
He is perched over...
Nordic descent.
He's perched over some food, enjoying it. He's definitely one of the recruits.
Yeah.
He is the first recruit you actually see, but you also see in the background roll. I need you to come over here and roll, please.
Yeah. 19.
Oh, you see him. There seems to be 2 people watching him. A kind of decent-sized woman, very aged, very pretty. Like, she looks like she shouldn't be as fit as she is. And you see a very short, 4'2" man standing beside her. They see you, and before your eyes, they dematerialize, as if they weren't there at all.
That's not comforting. Since this is my new location, I need to find the higher-ups responsible.
It is not.
Oh.
You're waiting on transit, remember?
Oh, yeah.
For the audience, there was a short break there where the computer had ended up having to be paused.
Yeah.
So I do apologize. Here we go.
Alright, so... I guess I will... is there like a place where I can put all my belongings?
You're waiting on transit.
Oh, I'm like at a bus stop?
Yeah, essentially. You're waiting for your hover bus.
Okay.
Man, you're all
Sorry.
in... I realize it's been almost 15 minutes. So to re-emphasize, they are waiting. You guys are in transit. You just came from New York. Or Chicago, sorry.
Yeah, I came from Chicago. He came from New York. And
No,
No.
I came from Los
Angeles.
You're
You're in
New
New
England.
England.
That
His
is
buddies.
New York.
No, New England's overseas. That's
Okay,
why
so
you're...
England.
Yeah,
It's New England because it's on top.
Yeah.
because reasons.
Well, no, it's because it's a city-state.
Yeah. So I just say that my guy would create small talk with him. Because I knew that he would be waiting for the same thing.
Yeah, so... no, he would, because you actually are all in the same recruit.
Yeah.
There are... Remember, I want to point out, they lost a lot of people. It's not just Lafette's squad. You guys are more specifically going into Lafette's squad.
Yeah.
However, there are others. That's why I emphasize that there are others around, but he is just eating by himself.
Yeah.
So, would you describe yourself? Man approaches you. So,
He is 6'1", 181 pounds, green eyes, dust brown hair. He's wearing like semi-casual clothing. So
he would, yeah, but it would still be recruit regulated.
Yeah.
So he's still got recruit regulations, so you can identify him.
Yeah.
Comes over and says,
So, pretty big explosion.
"That's so." A human just walked up to you and wanted to talk about the explosion immediately. No introduction, no.
Oh yeah, I guess I should.
Sorry.
Let me take it back a step.
No. You're locked in. You
Alright,
walked
fine. I
straight.
walked in. I just sit down like steal your front now.
Well, no, he still walked you over, so that was a pretty big explosion, huh?
Haymaker.
You gonna punch it?
Haymaker, yeah.
Alright, I'll try to dodge.
Because, I'm sorry, that's my town right there.
Yeah.
And, I mean, he kind of just said something.
Yeah, it triggered
like,
your character.
so soon afterwards. No.
Hold on. You're not rolling against him.
Oh,
no.
Somebody else is rolling.
That's why I was like trying to figure out which dice bag it was in.
Uh-oh.
You have too many dice bags.
I do.
Some people might tell you that you can't have enough, but they're probably trying to sell you additional dice bags because they too have too many dice bags.
I like my dice bags. What can I say? I also like my pretty dice.
Now roll one. Did.
Beat a 19.
Oh, for somebody intercepting this. Sorry, I can't English.
Waiting.
19.
So it is a tie.
Tie.
You roll.
18.
Using character sheet.
Allie.
Fine. Pull that.
Well, that's what we should have been doing the whole time.
Well, true.
Yeah, I remember.
It's a card that should have already been in play.
You try to force your fist through whatever stopped it, and then a brick wall hits it. Boom! It slams it forward. You turn to look, and no one's there. Just a cloud of smoke.
So that wall's between me and him now.
The smoke?
Oh, it's smoke now.
Yeah, whatever it was,
Oh, it just
stopped his
okay.
attack as you attempted to sit down.
And you know you
Slammed
just
his-
fucked up.
Slammed his fist down and then poofed before either of you could see him.
You fucked up with what you said.
And I want to emphasize them.
Yeah.
So, the character just responded like, alright, touchy subject. Didn't mean to intrude. Go over here.
Very touchy subject.
And then I order him a drink because we're at a...
We're bus stop.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's booze, dude.
Oh,
Airports, hovercrafts.
It's like Grand Central Station.
I thought we were sitting at like a bench bus stop in the middle of
Okay.
Oh, no. It's like an actual...
but it's like a station.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's an
Quick
actual,
question.
like, more like think of a giant international...
I get you, like an
Space
airport.
station.
Can I sense that he's not human?
Not innately, no. He gives off no indications
That he's not human.
that he is not human. Nope. He actually that's a very human thing.
Yeah.
They're...
Putting his foot in his mouth is a very human trait.
No, it is. Remember, you're stereotyped. You just humaned.
So, pretty much as he's walking away, I'm like, very touchy subject. Human.
Hey, speaking of humans.
Yeah, so I did buy him a drink, but we're going on to
So as you're buying him a drink, you walk up.
Yep.
And I already know your perception, so I'm not even going to make you fucking roll.
Yep.
You see these two.
Mm-hmm.
One of them is pissed off. One of them does not have a time clock.
I wonder.
However, the one without a time clock walks back and gives the one with a time clock a drink.
That's probably it. Can I roll to detect if he's a dragon?
Yes,
Okay.
you can.
Will he have to roll to against? No.
He can't. He doesn't know I'm there.
Yeah.
4.
No.
Alright.
It's the dice determine that.
You don't know.
No, you look at him.
It's cool.
He's immortal for shizzle.
Yeah, for shizzle, it's like, well,
He's an at least immortal soul.
elf and a mythic sharing a drink, that's not entirely out of
A
place.
double mythic, yeah.
But the crater awfully is.
Missing a time clock.
Don't worry about it.
However, you can also identify them
Also
by
referring
their...
I'm also referring to the hole he made.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Well, my handmade.
Attempted to make.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Yeah.
I'll go over, and then keeping a good, like, arm and a half distance away from it here, I say, hello, gents.
Oh.
You can find another recruit has approached your table. This one, at least, is respectful. Yes.
Glare at Frank.
As I give you the drink.
Now, this is how you properly introduce yourself, human.
Oh, I've hardly introduced myself yet.
No, but you were at least respectful, unlike this piece of shit.
Aren't you aware I am a human as well?
It doesn't matter. You are at least respectful.
Well, why does it matter that he was being rude? Why not treat him with respect?
Speciesism aside.
I walk over to him and slyly, like, take his drink and say, because after all, appearances aren't everything. I take a sip.
Keep going. This is the scene.
Play it out, fuckers.
Play it out, fuckers.
Why is it every campaign we finally introduce ourselves to each other?
It's always the most awkward fucking situation. And the group is totally cool with each
Just
other.
let it happen.
Yeah.
You guys are on free flow.
I'm gonna come over, drag out a chair from the table behind us and place myself next to Frank, and I go, the name's Egil Ross.
Frank Roberts.
It's here.
Now boarding New Orleans.
It's my train, so...
Oh, what a coincidence.
Hovercraft.
Hovercraft.
Oh, what a coincidence. Mine too.
Let me guess as I look over to him.
Now, I want to point out 1,000 other people also stand up with you guys.
Yeah. So,
This is going to be a long flight. Stand up, grab my duffel.
Okay.
charming fella. Kind of aggressive.
Yeah. Should have seen him try to punch my face in. Something stops him, and I'm appreciative of that.
Not like it would hurt you.
Perception check.
Yeah.
I rolled a 7.
Ooh. So does he know my exact... a different roll?
No.
Alright.
I got an 11.
Alright.
But yeah, not like it would have hurt you.
Still, try to maintain some sort of image in public.
Me too.
Yeah.
I think, and I know for a fact that he's got his own fair share of secrets. He asks me, he seems like the kind of, if you ask me, he seems kind of like a guy who could probably, explode at any given minute.
Yeah. Best to not get on his bad side.
Somehow I think we all go on just fine. And then I get up for the bus.
Hovercraft.
And then I also go towards hovercraft.
Okay. I assume you sit apart from these guys?
I mean, I'm already boarded. I don't know.
No, you can sit wherever.
Yeah.
It's kind of a private hovercraft. It's what's called a military transport. Essentially, it's for recruits of anything, and they've got special sanction on
I sit with the other SWAT guys.
Okay. So...
At least guys that I can talk the shit with.
Yeah. You sit down and find your people, if you will, really quickly. Do you two stay together?
I guess.
Sure, but I'm going to take the nearest seat I possibly can to it.
Okay. Well, it's about 4 seats back, but we were kind of by other SWAT members, not necessarily by him, but shooed back 4. Do you take a window seat?
Yes, I do.
Okay. You guys lift off, and this is a new experience for you because you have never really been in this area. So, as you're going over the massive forest and over the wall into the inner atmosphere, you look down, which is, you're finally over the wall. You look down, and it is the most gorgeous set of floral, like the floral is climbing up the walls and seeming to act as if parts of the metal have become parts of the forest.
I'm going to take out my tablet. I'm going to snapshot it.
You snap several beautiful, stunning shots. And supersonic kicks in. And everything's now a messy blur.
Yeah.
It's like,
oh, damn it.
2.5 minutes later, you guys finally stop and descent. Now, you guys were aware that it does have an undercity. It actually has 3 main levels. You have the Upper Orleans, which is the Neon Utopia. Under Orleans and Outer Orleans. Outer Orleans is people built into the walls and tried to get through the walls, and there are pieces of the wall that have been built into and through, so there's open locations, and they had to build a secondary wall closer to the metropolis. So watch out for the outer. If targets go in there, there is no jurisdiction and there's no guarantee you will walk out alive. It's
Definitely not unharmed.
It's literally, well, think of a demilitarized zone, except instead of shelling everything, gangs own it. And that includes the Dragon Triumvirate, which is essentially the Dragon Yakuza / Triad. They are very, very dangerous. There's also Hell's Angel / Bruja for those Vampires Masquerade type biker gangs that do most of their running, as well as elves, their riders, aka mothers. So be very careful. They are very, that's why I gave you that hint. So, you guys drop down, and you walk up, like you get out of the hovercraft, and you guys see this massive, like, I mean, the academies are big, but this is 400 feet wide by almost 400 feet tall as you guys walk into this huge atrium. Okay? And you look to the left and you look to the right, and you can actually see that it's the floored layout, which is most what layouts are. And how that works is each floor is a squad. Each squad has everything they will need, from a CSI lab that has everything and all the hollow computers you could need to a regenerative lab to a gym. You also, guys, will be given your own homes that they will designate based on your race and likelihood of survivability in that part of the city. So keep that in mind. Okay. You guys are taken to the 48th floor.
Yes.
By the sergeant. He goes, good luck with her. And kind of you guys out, and then quickly moves on for the next recruits, making you guys uncomfortable. This floor has most of its privacy settings, so you can't see down below it, you can't see above it, and you can't see around the edges of it. So her privacy settings are very much set on. However, it's almost pitch black in here. You guys' senses are even having a hard time, as if there's something else clouding the area.
Put the duffel down. Go straight to standing at attention.
Calm down there, soldier.
He was right to a salute. The smoke seems, the mist/darkness seems to retract into a single being in the middle of the room. I want you all to understand who you're replacing and why you're replacing them. She takes a drink, and why I chose you, and make no mistake, I chose you. I had 100,000 plus applicants to look through, as much as any other squad, but I chose you three. She walks forward. It is your lieutenant. You can see the stripes on her. A little smaller than you thought she would be, but she is no less intimidating. There is you're the only one who can identify it. Yep. A dancing disc. Actually, you have weapons analysis?
No.
Anybody have weapons analysis?
I also want to ask if it's still going.
It is.
It's still going.
Bro.
I'm scared. I want us to have quality content.
We are.
I have timing analysis and planning analysis.
Nope.
As well as body damage analysis and killer identification.
I do not have weapon analysis.
No one has weapon analysis? You do.
I have another skill that lets me know what it is. Also.
Yep. Oh. I also am aware of that one. That's why I was asking. So you absolutely know what that is. Your eye immediately takes it in and dances around the triangular center, basing the four corners, and then you saw the circular disc and your blood freezes. Because you've taken the elegant design. That's a dancing blade. Yeah. At some point, and your eye immediately then follows it up to her left wrist, where you see the mark of the Inquisition. However, you distinctively notice her rose is missing. So either she's been kicked out, or used her favor.
Alright. Egil is going to look at that mark. He's going to get real wide-eyed. And he's going to say... And I'm going to say, well, Miss Inquisitor, it was an honor.
I am not an Inquisitor. I am your lieutenant. That'll be a distinction you will make sure you rectify in the future.
I saw the mark. Can you blame me?
And this job assumption will still get you killed. Report tomorrow. You. She points. Say your name again.
Yes, ma'am.
Etier. No, for me.
Etier.
Etier.
Yeah.
She would know your name. That's
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
She points. Etier, report down by the docks. You'll find your home there.
Yes, ma'am.
You'll find your home above 40,000 feet. 52,391 to be exact. It's a nice valley view.
The Mile High Club.
And if I am correct, there should be a jelly donut around the corner for you, with you on your name on it.
Thank you, but that doesn't tell me where I need to stay.
No, literally, she's referring to around the corner.
Okay.
Because she knows you like to spend most of your days as close, like, she's kept up with your habits, homie.
Right.
So that's why she's like, she got a house as close to here as so you can spend more time here.
Yeah, alright.
She understands, and she understands.
Yeah.
Okay. You guys have the rest of the day off. It is morning hour.
Alright.
She turns very quickly and goes, now, get the fuck out of my house.
Yes, ma'am.
And disappears.
Jelly donuts? That's oddly specific.
It's healthy-ish.
Donuts are not healthy.
It's filled with a jelly.
They're anything but healthy.
It's like a fruit.
It's not a fucking fruit!
And the door closes as you're stuck between these two arguing.
Pick up the duffel, head to the elevator.
Well, I assume
You're already in the elevator.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
I'm going to the armory.
Well, you can't check in with anything. She expressly told you cannot come back till tomorrow.
Yeah. Well, I was going to go to the firing range from the armory.
There's a firing range at your house.
Okay, that works.
It's a holodeck, homie.
Yeah.
Remember,
Works for me.
it's the future.
Yep.
Yes.
It's the future past. It's the future. The weird
Alright.
cyberpunky future.
Yep.
So I'll just go home, do some firearms training.
Okay. You gonna spend one part?
Yep. To upgrade my fighting style.
Upgrade.
Spec
You're
Ops.
actually upgrading your fighting style.
Yep, my Spec Ops.
Okay. That would be just you.
Yep.
1 point. Frank.
I will. I shouldn't travel too far.
Your home is around the corner.
Yeah. I guess I should put my belongings away at my house and kind of get a home feeling.
Okay. You walk into your home and it is perfectly already set up for you somehow. Same with you. It's like, this is spooky.
Yeah. Oh, follow-up question. The person that was talking to us, did she look like the person that I saw earlier that disappeared while I was at the
Roll
station?
for, you can think about it, yep.
Okay.
Do you want to use a detective skill?
Yes. I got
Alright, hold on.
6.
Which, pull up your sheet.
Yep.
What skill are you going to use?
Whatever one would work best for the situation.
Well, you need to tell me which one that is.
Play out the scene? Scene analysis?
Scene analysis, you can take in cues.
Yeah.
There was mention of drawn to her wrist, so play out the scene.
So, roll for that.
Mm-hmm.
It is a 7.
17.
Oh.
17.
Whatever the hidden message, now, you are onto something. I will
Yeah.
give you a knack. However, if you would like to figure it out, it will be your side case for this game session.
Alright.
Would you like to take on this side quest?
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll do side quest.
You're going to figure out their two missions. That is your side case.
Alright.
The side conversation that they had. You're more than welcome to look into it.
Alright.
I'm gonna go to my house.
Okay. Which is absolutely gorgeous. You get to the top of this beautiful waterfall. So essentially how your apartment is based over the top of a valley.
Yep.
So if you wanted to, you could turn off the privacy glass and look down, and it's literally just the valley.
This is something else. Alright. What should I do?
You notice that there are, it is a beautiful assortment of art pamphlets laid out on the countertop for you.
Okay. I'm going, I guess, damn it. I guess I'm going to pick up one of the pamphlets and read it.
You read one of the pamphlets.
Yep.
And you notice one of your favorite artists is on there.
Yeah.
Baku.
Oh.
He is in town and is actually doing an expose of his newest art.
Damn.
The Cryptic Death.
Oh. Gotta see it now.
Alright, so you're going to prepare for that?
I'm going to prepare to do that.
Alright, that'll be at your, that'll count as your night NPC.
Yep.
So you're going to fully prepare for that, or are you going to do something different while you wait?
I guess while I'm waiting, I'm also going to level up my military.
Okay, you're going to take pot shots?
Yep.
Or are you going to train with a dummy?
I'm going to take pot shots.
Alright, you take some pot shots. Pop, 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 pop. 1 point. Pop. Alright, that has been full turn achieved. Back to Rosgrees. It is now your noon hour. You have a free NPC interaction if you'd like to take one. Or you have a main action.
Let's go with a free.
Okay, what NPC interaction would you like to do?
I'm gonna go take a walk around town. And,
You could not possibly walk the distance around town.
well, more specifically,
He wasn't talking like
the dragon territories.
Oh,
literally
you
around.
can't do that either.
No?
Dude, it would take you a month to walk the circular. Like, that's how big this place is.
He wasn't like literally talking the walk.
Oh, you mean the district?
Yeah.
But just like walk around.
The
see
district.
shit.
Okay.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
district. You're walking around the district. Okay.
Meet some of the people.
You walk around the district, and it is exactly as advertised. This is probably one of the more secure areas of your home. You also walk around the district of the precinct. You do, again, still safer, but you notice that the people, they notice while you're jogging, your cadet that you wear surprise, they eye you up as if you're the villain.
I try and make myself seem more friendly towards them.
You flash a
With them.
smile, but they kind of roll their eyes and get back to whatever they're doing. There may be some discontent with the local police.
File that away for
Another
later
time?
knowledge.
Okay.
Because that's gonna be,
What is your action?
keep up with the jogging, but turn it into a train for super speed.
Okay. It'll take your next 2 parts.
Okay.
Right, so you're going to super speed?
Yep. And that'll
Alright,
bring me up
1
to
point.
3.
And don't forget to apply bonuses correctly.
I don't have any bonuses.
It's
Well, the plus
to
5
your
is
reflex.
Oh, yeah.
Don't forget to add
Yeah.
the +5 to your reflex.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a 3.
Yep.
Alright. Sonic boom behind you, however, luckily for you, it's Atlantean glass. Well, techno-infused Atlantean glass.
Yep.
Alright, homie.
Yes. I want to investigate the conversation that they had together.
So you're working on are you building a board?
Yeah.
Alright.
Working on
Go ahead.
figuring out Igil's and our lieutenant's little sidebar that they had.
Alright.
And how, Inquisitor, not an Inquisitor. What's that about? 6. I don't think I'm figuring this shit out.
Not with a 2.
Oh!
Hey, you're figuring this shit out.
Finally.
Okay. So you start looking through the database for symbol, matching. You quickly drop the symbol and start trying to match it. And one comes back positive. However, it's classified. Do you put in your credentials?
Yeah, if I'm authorized to get into it, I don't see why they're
Authorized access denied.
Oh. Then never mind. I guess it's top secret stuff.
Your computer shuts down.
Oh. I thought I had authorization. Now I'm in trouble.
You just got black-hatted.
Yeah.
Don't be mad at me, I had authorization.
Oh, I only said the computer shuts down. Nothing else has happened.
Yeah, I had meant that.
You got black-hatted.
Well, I'll just turn the computer back on, but it's like...
It does not turn on.
Alright, then I'm just gonna unplug it.
You can't unplug a hollow computer.
It's like it's like a holographic thing. The computer itself was built into the house. You can't unplug your house.
I don't know the technology of this thing. Yes, you do. I told you about it.
Yeah.
You just did choose.
2077, man. That's what
But,
we're at.
but with Atlantean glass.
Yeah. I never
And
played that game.
Tron-like aesthetic.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
I'm just going to assume that I'm in trouble and,
Really go beg for mercy.
no.
Well, I'm not allowed to do that. So what
Yeah.
should I do?
I guess I should train something since everybody else is training stuff.
I'm just doing it because, well, that's
Something to do.
Yeah.
what my dude would do.
I'll put point in intelligence because
It's gonna take the next 2 parts of the day.
that's a fine. I'm doing dumb stuff. I'd like to do smarter shit.
It's like, I'm in deep water. I need to get out of here.
To the Smartmobile.
It's a Statigar pulling a Statigar. How is that any different?
Statigar aware of how stupid he is.
Wait, alright, back to you.
Yeah,
Yes.
Under normal circumstances, I would let that continue, but unfortunately, we must continue with you, my friend.
Yes.
Continue.
Alright. So this is afternoon hour.
It is your afternoon hour.
I guess I'm going to try, I guess take a look at this shot, try and find out all I can about the explosion right now, like what kind of bomb it was.
Okay, so you're double checking, so you're going over analysis?
Yep, analysis.
Which analysis are you doing?
Lab work, I guess, or history?
Lab work.
Lab work?
Mm-hmm.
Alright. That is a 2 of 3.
2 of 3, hard contamination level. Hold on, I actually gotta look at the contamination level. You won! First, Noir